Think about this. If you were an interpreter, translator, someone that worked with the coalition for these past however many years, and all of a sudden, the United States is going to be gone, and there's no credible military presence that can really protect you, there may be entities within the Iraqi army that will come out and, have these little death squads running around.
Well, you made a great point, right? And that is, what's the strategy here? I mean, what is the strategy, the Middle East overall strategy with this administration? And you being, at least to me, a military expert, how do you look at that region and seeing the strength that Iran has both in terms of arming and money and influence?
Sure.
What kind of impact does it have when you see all this change that's already happening there? And like you said, if we pull out, what's going to happen?
Well, this is how I would have done this. Of course, General Austin, someone that I served with at Fort Bragg, very astute combat leader. He asked for 10 to 15,000. That got taken down to 3,000. Now it's gotten down to 0. You should have looked at how can we have concentric circles, security bands within Iraq for internal and outer security, external security cordons, and we should have had our forces, out in the outer ring along the Iraq-Syrian border, the Iranian-Iraq border, and up north with the Kurds, because that way you kind of hold up the shoulders for the Iraqi forces to be able to take care of their own internal security requirements, and then that also prevents anyone from looking over to see what they can do with Israel, because right now Prime Minister Netanyahu has to be very concerned, and this is the thing. Just 3 weeks ago, we found out that there was an assassination plot in Washington, D.C. against, Saudi ambassador and Israeli.
So what do you do about Iran? How do you deal with them? Is it sanctions? Is it possibly?
Yeah, but see, the thing with sanctions is this. If you're dealing with people that don't care about their own people, sanctions not going to mean a hill of beans. So you're going to have to start looking at how do we strike at their military capability. We've been at war with Iran since they took our hostages back in, late 1970s. Yeah.
So would you say that we should do something maybe ourselves as part of a coalition? Would you back Israel with what they want to do? How would you go about that?
Well, I believe the United States has a role as a leader.